Well, thank you for joining us live in San Ramon at the Social Summit Wow Summit with the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show and the National Real Estate Cafe. And we have had such a great time interviewing some of them amazing professionals, and you're going to love this interview today.
Well, here's the thing, is that we've learned so much by being here. We're honored. We're so pleased that Craig and Scott included us in this. It's unbelievable. We really have had a wow experience. And so Craig's with us today to tell us a little bit about kind of how this came to be, maybe? Like why?
How you bring the wow. Wait,
Yeah.
I got a
Which
question.
one do you want to know? How
Actually, I
this
got a
came to
question
be?
for you.
Yeah.
Free weights or Nautilus?
Free weights.
I figured.
Free
so.
weights, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just had to throw you a sneeze.
I do like free
I
weights.
saw you this morning working out. Nicely done.
I do.
Way to
You know
get
what?
in
I'm
there.
into HIIT now.
Are you?
Yes.
He used to like that.
I moved into this new apartment building, and they started running HIIT classes about a month and a half ago. 3 days a week, there's a HIIT class. It's totally free, so why not? And it kicks my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of don't like that, like my heart's pounding onto my chest feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the idea is if you get a little bit better health, and it kind of controls it.
So you can tell these are just natural, real interviews. So Craig, why don't we talk about how you brought the wow, how you guys created the wow at Social Survey. I mean, it's incredible.
How about why
Appreciate it.
wow?
Why wow?
Why wow? Well, we were coming up with our core values. We stole most of them from Zappos.
I saw that you shared that.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah, Zappos, I think theirs was deliver the wow because they delivered shoes, right? And we just said create because we don't ship anything, right? We're software. So we said create wow, and it was one of 9 or 10 core values: do the right thing, be the solution, make great or create great relationships. So they're all great, but create wow sort of stood ahead. And when we were thinking about a theme last year for what was our first event, we just decided let's call it the Create Wow Summit, and then everything became wow-tastic and wow,
Wow town.
Wow town.
Right. So this year, because we unveiled a new product that'll be launching soon called Social Listings, which is about helping our customers' online listings be found and synchronized and matched up. That's really all about winning locally, right? If you're a mortgage professional in, I don't know, I'll pick a town, Peoria, Illinois, and somebody in Peoria says they want a mortgage, they're buying a house, they're refinancing. If they just go to Google, by the way, it's a search engine if you haven't heard of it.
You still on AOL?
They're a startup. They're a little startup. Yeah. But if you go to Google and you type mortgage, Google already knows you're in Peoria. They know your IP and all that stuff, right? So they're going to find, they consider that local intent. They're going to find a mortgage company that is the best answer. Google always wants to deliver the best answer, right? Because the more that they can give a searcher relevant answers, the more the searchers will come back to them time and time again. And it's like the newspapers. For those of you who don't know, newspapers are these things they used to print and deliver to your front door. But just like the newspapers, the whole idea was if they gave you news you wanted to read, you would flip through and you would read all the pages, and then you'd see the ads for the carpet dealer and the car dealer and the hair salons and everything else. So Google wants you to stay on Google and keep using Google. They want to give you the best answer. They have to figure that out somehow. How do they know what's the best answer for mortgage in Peoria, Illinois? There's signals. One of those signals is the listings. Your website, their Google My Business box, Yahoo, Yext, Bing, Apple Maps, they index all of it. And if your address, your name, and your phone number, it's called the NAP data, name, address, phone number. If that stuff's not the same across all the channels, then Google's a little confused. And
you lose a little bit of credibility, right?
Yes.
That's the thing, right? Is they want to be credible.
That's right.
They want to make sure that they deliver good information, because you don't want to be, and I'm going to say it, the Yelp Mafia. You don't want to be those people,
Yeah.
right? Hey, I had 100 reviews while I was paying, but I stopped paying, and now I have 4. I don't know exactly how that happened, but
So we want our customers to win. So that's why we came out with that. I don't even remember the question. I was telling you about the listings manual.
It was a new product you guys brought out.
Got it. So the whole idea of that, thank you for bringing it all back to me. The whole idea then is it's about helping our customers win local. So we started thinking about, okay, win local could be a theme, But then we just felt like you got to include wow in it somehow. So we're like, Wow Town, right? So if you were here, you saw we had the diner where we ate,
Oh, yeah?
and we had Wow University,
And we had a newspaper.
Town Square, and we had a daily paper. That's
Yeah.
right. You know, instead of printing up a 5 or 6 page booklet that you got when you came in, you probably stick it in your backpack and never look at it again. Every day we came out with a new newspaper.
I liked it.
The Daily
That's good.
Wow,
It was-
and
we're gonna
it had
steal
what
that.
was happening that day. It's a look back at what happened yesterday, a crossword puzzle, thanking our sponsors and media people that came in and helped make it exciting. So Wowtown. And next year, I think the theme, we're going to Nashville. We're going to Nashville.
Yeah, I've never been. I'm
Rock and
super
roll
excited.
country.
So we're going to Nashville. Me, rock and roll. I'm not a country fan.
I like both.
But
Rock
all
and-
my
rock and
but
roll
everyone
here,
in my
too.
family listens to country, so I kind of tolerate it. But because we're going to Nashville, and we're going there because we opened up an office there, and we're like, hey,
cool.
let's do something different. I think it's going to be called the Wowdio.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna have a hoedown or something,
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
a barn dance or something. But we're gonna have a lot of fun in Nashville celebrating.
You guys know how to have fun. Your team is your culture, your team, the fun, the energy, the passion.
But you know what it did? It allowed everybody to be themselves, and that's unique, right? We go to a lot of events. Don and I are kind of event junkies, and a lot of people still have this persona that they want to be. And here it's like everything came down. Everybody is who they are. Everybody's helping
Did
everybody
you guys see
else.
a necktie? Anyone at all?
No, no, I didn't. I don't think
Not
I
a
saw one.
single one.
No.
I'm like probably the best dressed,
Well,
not
you
best
threw on
dressed,
a
but
jacket.
dressed up because I put on a sport coat
Right.
over my
Yeah.
T-shirt because that's like the California Tech look, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, it's a lot of T-shirts, a lot of polo shirts,
Very
embroidered
casual,
logos,
yeah.
exactly. And we want the people to act that way too. You know, be themselves, but we also want them to be the most outgoing version of themselves that they can be.
It was very relaxed. I mean, it's kind of nice that I got to wear jeans and just
Oh yeah, we
relax.
were it's so much easier packing too.
Yeah.
Because you're not like, oh, I got the day stuff,
bring
I got
my
the night
suit,
stuff, I
my
got that.
thing.
It's all the same.
Just, we're gone.
Yeah.
So it's good. So why we have you here? We're talking about the WOW and how you guys brought the WOW this great summit. Let's talk a little bit about Social Survey because
Yeah.
I know our company at Finance America just adopted. Holy cow, we've tried, and we're junkies,
Yep.
and we believe in technology. I know our team does an incredible job. We work really hard, like your team does, to exceed expectations and create the wow.
Yeah.
But sometimes the hard thing is getting people to share that experience so we can share with others, so we
Yeah.
can help more people, so they get a great experience. Because not everybody gets a great experience, despite what they find online or
Do you
are
remember
referred.
how hard it used to be, Don? We
couldn't
had
get
to call, we had to beg. We almost had a
Yeah.
full-time person begging, please go and review this. Please go, sending them links and pictures and all this
Being
other
annoying.
stuff. We had to be annoying. And then all of a sudden it's like, we didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
connected with you guys and all of a sudden it's like, it just happens.
We get
Reviews
every
all the
day,
time,
every
every
day
day.
we get reviews. It's
Auto-
like Christmas every day.
Automagically.
Automagically, that's
Wow,
it.
that's good.
I like that.
So, I mean, look, that's our secret sauce. And it's not really a major secret. We've talked about it in terms of what we do. But we try to keep it really simple.
You do.
A simple ask. Thank you for your business. Your business and your opinion are important. Would you take a moment and complete a short survey? We make sure we put the word short in it because we want the customer to not be intimidated. Ugh, God, surveys.
Well, we all done that. Were you going,
Right.
really? Page 4?
Yeah.
You
Four
know,
of 14?
I thought it was done.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll pay you $25. You fill out these 17 pages.
Now, another thing that's important is it comes from the loan officer, or if in real estate, come the real estate. We alias that person so that you do not get them to take your survey if they don't open the email that invites them. So the very
We
first
had that
thing is
problem with one of the
it has
ones
to
we
look
used.
like it's
did.
coming from the loan officer or the real estate agent if it's a real estate. So that's the first thing. They open it. The ask is simple call to action, a button on there, not a hyperlink, not a hidden link, not a long URL, just a button that says take survey. Right? Then when the survey opens up, there's your picture. If you're the loan originator, they know what you look like, I hope.
Hopefully.
You've
Yeah,
made
no,
some.
If you use BombBomb.
Yeah.
If you use BombBomb, I know you guys don't go face to face, but there's a lot of loan officers that
Yeah.
make sure that they do face to face. If you're doing one-to-many social media with video, which we've had plenty of sessions here talking about, get the phone out, record yourself. But anyway, the point is they know what you look like, So they're seeing your face on the survey, and the questions are simply asked, simply taken, no friction. We know who that person is.
Right.
We didn't ask them their name, what loan officer did you work with, did you get a conventional loan or an FHA loan?
So it
We
feels
know all.
personal.
Exactly.
And I think that's super important.
Just a friend
It
asking.
It's just a simple question. Hey, did you have a good experience? Yeah, I did. Would you be willing to share a little bit about your experience? Because I want to help more people like you? Yeah, of course I would.
Yeah.
But I think the key, as you said, is short. It
And-
has to
and-
be like,
and it's-
I will
it's
do a
almost
short
fun.
survey.
You guys make it to where it's not tedious either. It's kind of fun, very simple.
Yeah.
It's easy to answer. It's not tough for them to go, oh, I don't know how to answer that question. It's
Yeah.
it's good, great. I mean, it's very simple. Click here.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing response levels we've gotten.
Yeah. And then at the end, we get that feedback. Now, getting a score is great. Everybody likes to write.
Yes.
What's your score? What's my score? You're right.
Like we talked about
yeah,
the
the
Uber,
Uber
score.
score.
What's your Uber
That's right.
score?
And everyone likes their social survey score. And sometimes when I'm doing presentations at lenders, I'll just jokingly say, who knows their score, right? And a couple of them will be like, yeah, 4.79, right? And another one will be, I'm 4.83, right? So I get that scores are important, but I'll be honest. I think the gold are the stories. And I call them stories. They're testimonials, right?
Which are
sometimes
very difficult to get.
sometimes they're short. Everything, right? Because the question is, tell us what made it great, and they answer everything. Well, that's not a great story,
No.
right? But when they say, as a first-time home buyer, I was so nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how the process was going to go, and I didn't even know if I was going to qualify. But Mary walked me through the process. She communicated clearly. I knew what was going on. In fact, she answered some of my questions before I ever asked them. I will never get a mortgage from anyone but Mary again. Thank you, Mary. You're now part of my family.
You think?
Right?
Wow.
That's a story
Yeah.
that
That's
you
a
can,
wow.
right? And if yesterday we had Brittany Hodak, and she basically says, once you've got the story, now you can find ways to personalize that, right? Now, we can't automate taking that quote and putting it on an Instagram post with a picture of the customer and then posting it on your Instagram, but the content's right there.
Right.
Right? And if you don't know how to do that stuff, you're too busy for it, then find a VA, right? Go on Fiverr and hire somebody and say, here's 10 of my testimonials for the last year. I want you to turn them into Instagram posts, send them back to me on a zip file, and then once a week you just manually post one of these on your Instagram feed. And now you're telling stories that we helped you collect in a whole new way.
But the one thing we were talking about yesterday that is also, I think it's unique to how it makes us feel as salespeople. When we receive that, it's like a pat on the butt. Go, do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again.
You're right.
Because you're great at what you do.
Yeah.
Well, it's
And
also good for the managers too, because
is.
I get the feedback, so I can go, "That boy,
Yeah.
way to go," or
That's
tease them if it's a 4.7. Only a 4.7. What's
Totally.
up?
Hey, you blew it.
and they're
What's up?
No, I do that.
You don't
It's
understand.
okay.
You don't understand. Right?
He was out of town, I swear.
Yeah. No doubt about it. Managers can use it as training, as motivation. I think it was Stephen Drucker who said, catch people doing things right.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
So here's a great opportunity for a manager. In fact, early on, one of our early clients was, and we were talking about it last night, was Churchill.
Oh, yeah?
And so a couple months after Churchill launched, I checked in on them. How's everything going? People like it? You would not believe. Mike Hardwick reads every survey, and at least once a day he finds a good one, because he gets CC'd on every one of them. He finds the email that we send on one that he's particularly attracted to and feels strongly about, and he forwards it to the loan officer. Now, the loan officer already knows they got this because he got the same email at the same time, but he puts a note and he'll say, Joe, I just want to let you know, Churchill's a better organization because you're part of it. Thank you so much. So he is now turning it into a way to build a tribe. They're in the other room talking about tribe building.
Right.
He's finding a way to use the feedback as a way to build tribe, to say to the winners, and some of these people have never met Mike Hardwick, right? They're remote in another city. They've heard about him. He's legendary in the mortgage business. But to get an email from Mike Hardwick to say,
it's recognition.
exactly.
Everybody loves recognition.
That's right.
Yeah, who doesn't want to be told that they're doing something right and that everything that they're pouring their heart and
It'll
soul and
happen
life
someday,
into,
Gino.
everything that they're pouring their life into is worthwhile.
Yeah.
and someone recognizes the fact that yes, all the sacrifice you make is worth it, and I think that's important.
That brings up another aspect that I like to talk about, and that is we all want to get paid, right? We want to make money, feed our families, provide, etc. But we also want to feel meaning in our lives. And those great stories are what put that on, right? Like you could look at a particular name and you could put in your mind, okay, that was a $450,000 purchase and I get 1.5 basis points, right? So you could do the math in your head, how much money you made off that client, but then the testimonials, like, that's why I really do it.
So it's
right?
funny you bring that up. So early in my career, before I even met you, Maria and I were
Wait,
working
you
together.
guys are not twin brothers?
Maria and I, my cousin, were both working at the same company, and she was like, how do you know how much you're going to make this month? I'm like, I don't. She's like, well, how many deals do you have in the pipeline? I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, well, what volume are you going to do? I'm like, I have no idea. And she's like, how can you possibly run your business like that? And I said, if I do the right things, good things will happen.
It's the activities. We tell our guys
do
all
the
the time, the
activities.
activities.
Yeah, building blocks.
Yeah, and so I never focused on the numbers. The numbers will come if you focus on the right things.
Yeah.
And so that's good.
It's funny you mentioned that, what are you guys, not twin brothers? And a lot of people think we're one person, Don Gino.
Don Gino, it's a one-person thing. They're like conjoined twins.
Well, yeah, because the and is kind of on its side, so maybe.
Who was it we were with yesterday? It was like ampersand.
He was a tall, I forget who it was, tall guy. And
He's between us,
and we were
too.
doing the push-ups in front, and he gets between, he goes, look, I'm between
I'm
Don
the
and Gino.
ampersand.
I go, you're the ampersand. He's like, I was a teacher, I get that. It was hilarious. Well, we can't thank you enough for inviting us, for one. This absolutely exceeded our expectations, and that's not just butter on your buns. That is a fact. We didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
We had a great interview with Scott, and he's like, you guys need to come check this out, meet some of these great professionals, and be part of our WOW Summit. And we're like, all right.
What is the WOW? You didn't even know what it was.
And part of your tribe, because you
people
just mentioned that, and now I feel like we're part of something.
And your team makes us part of that. They did a great job, including you.
This is a little bit of self-fulfilling prophecy, right? We say to everybody, you got to be enthusiastic. You got to leave your awkward back at your home and be excited, because that gives everyone else permission to do the same thing. And then when people do that, then they're like, we share something. We got weird together, right? We did some goofy, funny stuff.
Like I said, the walls came down at this event like I've never seen before, and it made it special.
And then but it becomes self-fulfilling, because now next year when you're invited back, they'll be like, no question.
We got the recording.
Write it down.
I said when, not if. So I'm stuck. But when you're invited back, it'll be like, no doubt, right?
Yeah.
Tell us where. We're there, right?
Nashville.
And the
Can't wait
whole
to go to
idea,
Nashville.
And it's in Nashville.
right? But the whole idea with all of the attendees is, I don't want any one of them to say, I've been there, done that, don't need to go back. I want them all to say, there's more. In fact, this is the first time I'm saying this out loud. I was walking over here this morning, and I was thinking to myself, there are virtually no originators here, right? You're as close to an originator as we get. We have some C-suite, and some of them may write a loan or two here and there. We've got some marketing people, and one or two of them I know also write a loan or two. But we don't have any originators, and I'm thinking, I don't think it's fair that we leave the originators out of the tribe. And we're in the real estate business, the real estate agents, right? And you know who was here? Sean Bowling, number one loan officer. But again, there was only a handful of originators here. Everybody else is marketing or management in mortgage, marketing and management in insurance, or in real estate, or we're an auto dealer.
A lot of leaders.
So the point is, I would love to see, and of course I got to convince a bunch of other people, but I would love to see us take this thing and make it for the frontline people, where they get to experience some of the WOW and be part of the tribe. Because I think that they would enjoy it. And every one of them, I don't know if you manage your people this way, but every one of them runs their own small business.
That's why we run it. We
And
teach, actually, that's our strength, is teaching them how to run their own
That's
business.
right. So, like you said, planning and budgeting and marketing and positioning, and they each need to brand themselves. And again, that's part of it too, is they want to be the digital mayor of their town.
Right.
Right? So I'm going to do a lot of lobbying for trying to expand this to the frontline people.
I know we'd bring as many of our team members.
But it's interesting, right? So if you open that up and you say, bring who you think fits in, we would only bring a few, because not everybody fits.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not for everyone. Because some people don't want to put their fences down. Some people want to do the pound my chest thing. No, that's not what it's about. So if you ask us to invite 1 or 2 guests we think would be appropriate, maybe that's the route.
Well, here's what I actually thought. It's expensive to travel here, and it's far. Whether it's here or somewhere else, it can be far. And so people aren't going to want to do it for, it's just hard to get people to come to a 3-day conference, okay? Even if I made the tickets free, there'd be people who do the math, and they're like airfare, hotel, Ubers, eating out, blah, 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 $1,200.
Easy.
I can't do that, right? And there's not only that, but the time away from their files and their family.
Yeah.
So what I thought was, what if we made, and again, I'm riffing here live on air, well, not quite live, but what if we had a road show, a series of 1-day WOW events, major cities? Now people can drive in the day and come in and experience the wowness for just a day. And we can have a different speaker at each one. We can have the same speaker come with us. That's to be decided. But like a road show.
I like it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
I mean, look, I do believe that a 3-day is a major sacrifice, especially for someone who hasn't experienced it. Like for us now, it's like no brainer.
Yeah.
Have
I mean,
to
'cause
go.
we almost
Can't afford not to.
Because it's really hard. We run a region of 100 people.
course.
So taking away a 3, we're like, but we have learned you don't know what you don't know. So a lot of times we're like glad because we get involved. We don't just sit back and hope somebody's gonna take us.
It was
take
like
our hand
just to be
and-
totally transparent, it was super nerve-wracking until we got into the car and we got on our way to the airport. We're like, okay, we're gonna make it. Like it was really hard to make it.
Well, that's why people join gyms, right? Because once they get in the car, they're committed.
Yeah.
But if they had a gym in their house, they never go. They hang their
We
laundry
believe
on
that. We go to the same gym for the same reason as it's our commitment.
right? So you got in the car, you were on the way to the airport, you were kind of committed at that point.
Yeah.
Although
And it's
obviously
also- it's
you
just-
could have turned around.
We made it. We put everything else aside. We made the commitment, and now we're here.
Right,
And-
and now you know, so there's no doubt in the future. And again, if someone called you and said, "Hey, the guys at Social Survey asked me if I wanted to come to Create WOW in Nashville next year," I think you'd say to them,
Yeah, those guys are okay,
But I bet
No.
you've been to events that you didn't know about, and you came away saying, "That's the last one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Oh, yeah.
worth it. Wasn't worth our time.
Yep.
Didn't deliver the value."
It's happened a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not everybody has great events.
Of course.
It's
Well,
hard.
it's
it's
the
hard.
effort.
It's
There's a
not
lot of effort.
easy.
We've been to some of those. That's why we learned what we like and we don't like.
Yeah.
And
I
we
mean,
tried
like
to.
Todd Duncan puts a whole year into his.
Yeah.
He doesn't mess around. We've gone to others that are hype, and you don't get true value out of it. Where like at Todd, I've gone to it 20 times, and I go every year because I always get some value because he puts a lot. I've spoken at it, and I know how much pressure he put on me to go. What's your content? How long are you speaking? And let me see it. And the other conference is like, hey, you're going to speak? Go up there and talk about whatever you want. I'm like, what? And the guy before me talked about the same thing.
I was going to say, what if
like,
12 people talk about the same thing?
Yeah, so it's
No.
the effort you guys put in.
Yeah.
You do things with intent, and it shows.
Thank you. That's a good way to say it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being with us, having us here. It's
Craig
unbelievable.
Pollack with Social Survey.
Social Survey. Say it,
Social.
say
Yeah,
it
we're
6
gonna have-
times fast. It is day 3, by the way.
It is day 3.
Social Survey. And thank you for being on our show. Thank you for inviting us, and thank you for bringing the wow.
It's like being in your living room.
That's
Or
the
my
idea,
living
right?
room, our living room, whatever. But it's
Very
great.
good stuff, buddy. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
buddy.
it.
And thank you
All
for
right.
being part of the. I can't even
Wow,
say
you are
it.
done for the day. The Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, the National Real Estate Cafe. Find out more at donandgino.com.
Thank you.
And I'm the one that stayed up late.
I know.